What's up, guys? So today we're going to be talking about Yummy. I'm going to go over some combos, what the cards do, and what the deck's going to look like in the upcoming months when Justice Hunters comes out August 1st for the official TCG release date. And then I think your tournament store should have it like a week earlier, depending on your tournament store. But Yummy is looking to be a very powerful deck and a very fun deck. However, you do have to say things like, I'm going to normal summon Cookie Yummy, or let me get some of those Yummy cards from you. So it's going to be a little weird for a little while, but you better get used to it because it's here.
Alright guys, let's get into it. So this is my deck profile. This is what I'm working on right now. I think this is the best way to play the deck currently. You have Dominus Purge, Dominus Song of the Dominators. That's probably what's really standing out at you. And then Imperm. And I know Imperm's not going to be great against Vanquish Soul. However, you know, Vanquish Soul's not going to be the only deck, you know, especially at like a regional scene. Even at like a YCS, you're going to play a pretty good slew of different decks. And once you get to the top tables, yeah, you're going to sacrifice a little consistency with this card. But keep in mind, we are building this deck to be good against Vanquish Soul. Droplets, I think Droplets really good against Vanquish Soul. Ash is really the only hand trap that for sure does anything, along with Purge and Song of the Dominators. So this deck's really well positioned for that. Yummy, pretty much same situation. All of these cards are good against Yummy, and Ash is also good for the for the Charmies. For the main, the main part, it's just good against the Charmies. You don't want to get Charmied. Perulia and Fuelos hurts this deck, and actually Meows is it's a little sus against this deck. It just depends when they drop it. It's probably not going to be played that much next format. As far as our engine, we have about 16 starters in the deck. That's not if you count Prosperity or if you can bait out a talent. You have talents baited out, bait out some kind of interaction, be able to draw. But we have any of these three. They're all going to be a one-card starter. Obedient School, one-card starter. However, it does lock you into Beast monsters, which all of your Yummy monsters would be, so it doesn't really matter. But at the same time, it's a little sus. I'm going to revisit this later on. I'm going to see how it does. So far, testing with it is fine. It's fine. You're going to do something and still end on quite a few interruptions with it. Just not quite as many. Engage is a one-card combo for this deck, which is actually kind of broken. It's probably going to get this card banned, mainly Hornet Drones, but in reality, Hornet Drones probably should have never been, at one to begin with. It just needs to be banned. Widow Anchor. If you're going to play this package, I recommend you play a second search target because you don't want to just have like a dead card at any given time. Which you're probably thinking, well, if you have a monster in the main monster zone, you're going to be dead in the water anyway. But at the same time, if you have this plus this, there's going to be a lot of hands where you're going second. And you have this plus this, or this plus this, where this is just going to be strictly for Widow Anchor. And then there's a lot of other hands where you hard open Prosby and like one other spell, and maybe you can get 3 in the grave, get a draw off of it. A lot of situations like that. So let's get into what these cards do. Your best card is Cupsy Yummy. This is your searcher. It can add 1 Yummy card from your deck to your hand, any Yummy card. However, with that being said, all of them are a one-card starter because you have a broken Link 1. And when I tell you broken, this card is so broken. But it's only broken in this deck, so I don't see it getting banned. I can see it getting limited because you do cycle through all of them. That's why we play 3. But any of these turns into this, which turns into the field spell right here. And this is a Monster Reborn for one of these. Then it turns into your Broken Synchro Monster that adds 2 Yummy monsters. Yes, it adds 2 monsters. It's crazy. And also all your Yummy monsters special summon from hand. So as you can imagine, you can do a lot of stuff. This deck does not lock you. It does not lock you into any extra deck mechanic other than you cannot link 3 or higher. So they did know that they didn't want this to just be a link engine, like a link heavy spam engine. I'm glad they seen that ahead of time because Otherwise, this deck would be so broken to Link Climb. But over Link 3, you can't summon anything over Link 3. But other than that, there's no restrictions. You have all the Yummies other than this one, they all have an effect when they're special summoned. Basically, some of them can target a card and pop it. One of them can banish a card from the graveyard or shuffle it back to the deck. One of them can target a card and make its attack lower, and then one of them can draw a card. I think it's this one, yeah. Cupseat, it can draw and it adds. Basically, it does the same thing, sort of. And then all the coordinating, the synchros are kind of the same, like as far as the names and what they do. So Cookie Yummy is a pop. It's a Book of Moon. This is basically one of your. It's not an inboard piece, but it is a card that you're going to summon on your opponent's turn to Book of Moon 2 cards. And then when you look at Cookie is a pop when summoned off of a Synchro Monster. That's another little feature that all these Synchro Monsters have, is the ability to tag themselves out 4 costs back to the extra deck, and then special summon any 2 Yummy monsters from the graveyard, which is just so broken, man. Now, probably our best Yummy Synchro is this one. It's a Monster Reborn for 2. That's why we play 2 of these for the grind game. And then this one is the one that adds to it. We already talked about it. Now, as far as your other cards in the Yummy engine, this one is actually crazy, Yummy Surprise. You can't play 3 of it though, because it doesn't do anything on its own unless it's combined with a name. So basically, it's either a Monster Reborn, it is a Bounce. You can target 2 monsters you control, or 2 like beast monsters, and then 2 cards your opponent controls, return them to the hand. Super broken effect, which you do have to target 2, and then it can also return 1 field spell from the hand, for the face-up field or graveyard, to the hand, and then you place another one. So it's niche because this field spell right here, which is part of your inboard in a lot of situations, and you can usually place it on your opponent's turn. That's the goal. It's a pop when a Yummy Synchro Monster is summoned, which you're going to be doing that all the time. It's sort of like Tempai Dragons in a way, but more like interactive on your opponent's turn. But there's a lot of like tag out abilities, like they try to imperm you, you just tag out, synchro summon. It's really broken. This one has the Link 1 is what's going to place your field spells. So you don't plan to draw with this effect. There's a lot of hands where you're very ahead before draw is ever even a factor. So it plays through draw, plays through nib. That's why I play Link Spider. Link Spider, I didn't mention this. All the Yummy monsters have the ability to special summon themselves under a Link 1 monster. And any of the synchros can treat a Link 1 monster as a tuner. So it's very, very broken. That's why we don't really play something like Valor in this deck, because we're not just going to play another bad card just because it's a light tuner. And not to mention, there's never really a situation where you would want it. I've seen that in some forums and stuff. So that's why you don't play Valor, really. This card, the other effect is once per chain during the battle phase or the main phase, your opponent's battle phase or the main phase, so not your battle phase, you can pay 100 life points and quick synchro. So broken. That allows for little plays like making a Herald of the Arclight on your opponent's turn, which I'm going to get into some combos here in just a second. And typically you'll make 1 hard-made Herald of the Arclight on your turn, and then you'll make a Herald of the Arclight on their turn if you think you need it. A lot of times you're not going to need it, and you're going to have so much follow-up, and your monsters, in this deck, you're probably like, well, how do you OTK? 1,600, 0 attack. The field spell, this field spell right here, it lets your monsters gain attack. You gain 500 attack for each light beast monster on the field, all of your Yummy monsters. So if you put like 5 names, or there's a lot of hands where you put like 6 names on the field, like this dude's at like 3,500. It just gets crazy. And then this synchro right here, it might be at what, like 40 something. So this is your out for some of your like bigger tower monsters that may not be able to be like, they're unaffected, but they can be destroyed by battle. So yeah, that's pretty much it. We got Lyrilis because we are siding talents, and I am main decking Thrust right now, just 2 copies, because you kind of do brick on it if you play 3, I think. But we're playing all the Dominus cards, so my plan is, like, if we get Charmied, we're gonna make like a minimalistic board, and we're gonna hope we have some non-engine already, and you know, purge for one of these. You could also maybe main deck 1 Harpy's Featherstorm for like being Fuelos, but I don't know. You know, it just seems kind of bad because it is only for going first. These can go first or second. Okay, guys. So now for our 1-card combo, this is gonna be like your most common. So anything that gets you into Cupsy is gonna get you this combo, and then plus some. So except for Obedient School, because then you won't be able to end on Herald of the Arclight. So let me just take you through it. Normal summon Cupsy Yummy. Add a copy of the Yummy Surprise. This is your best bet, in my opinion, is to take this. That's your most high reward pick. Okay, right here we have to go into our copy of Yummy Snatchy. Yummy Snatchy is going to set Yummy Minion, or Yummy's Minion, whatever. We're going to activate Minion, special summon this back. Now, at this point, we are going to go ahead and make ourselves a copy of Yummy Way, Cupsy Yummy Way. Cupsy Yummy Way is going to add our other 2 names. So technically, these are all 1.5 card combos, if you really think about it. So we're going to add the 2 names that we don't have already, and discard our random card. So now you're like, well, what do we do now? At this point, this is summon number 4. So we're so far ahead. If they do decide to nib us, it's not that big of a deal. But what I like to do right here is summon our copy of Yummy Snatchy. We're going to cycle through all of these. Now we're going to special summon Lollipo. Also, these are really good at breaking boards going second, because like say if they're playing Fiendsmith or something, you can target their Lacrima or something and shuffle it back in the deck. It's pretty interesting. So now we're going to make our copy of, which, keep in mind, this is our 5th summon, so if they were going to nib us, you know, they might nib us right there and think that we don't really have anything else, but that's why we play Link Spider. So they would probably just take the gamble and hope we didn't play Link Spider. But if you're not playing Link Spider, you're just a bozo. So don't be a bozo. But now we're going to make Lollipo Yummy, and this is our Monster Reborn. So we are going to bring back our 2 level 1s. And this is what the combo gets a little, like, interesting. I see some people not playing this package, but I don't know why you wouldn't. So we're going to make Metal Marcher. Metal Marcher is going to bring back a Synchro. It doesn't really matter which one. Its effects are going to be negated anyway. And then we're going to make our first Herald of the Arclight. Alright. Now we're going to make our copy of Yummy Snatchy, our 3rd copy. And don't worry about this because we can recycle these next turn. We have 100 different ways to recycle this card. Do not worry. But it needs to be on your inboard from what I've been seeing and testing. Okay, and then you're going to set Yummy Surprise. So you're probably thinking, this does not look like a lot. Guys, this is like probably 6, 7, 8 interruptions depending on how everything goes. Like, we got an Omni-Negate, which is very strong to insulate the board. We got this that can either bounce or reborn. It can also place a field spell, which that's a dumb effect. I don't really like that effect. We have this to quick synchro on your opponent's turn, and typically it's going to quick synchro into this, the Book of Moon for 2. So that's 1, 2 interruptions right there, and then each of these synchros, all 3 of the synchros, we can rotate through them, and then they'll summon other bodies. So they'll end up summoning this one, and this one. Keep in mind, when these are summoned off of Yummy effects, or Yummy Synchro effects rather, then they get an extra ability. Like this one can target one face-up monster your opponent controls. It loses 100 attack, or it can destroy it if it's special summoned by a Synchro monster. This one can banish something in your opponent's graveyard, and this one can draw a card. Or it can just do what it already did and add a card or shuffle back. It can do all kinds of stuff. So a lot of times, like if it's your turn and they got like a Charmy in the grave and you summon it, you can put the Charmy back just so they brick on it next turn, like so their deck's not thinned out. You know, stuff like that. Okay, guys, I'm going to show you how Sky Striker Engage turns into Yummy Combo. So first, we're going to go ahead and activate Sky Striker Engage. And I'm not saying the whole name. Anyway, then we activate Hornet Drones. Hornet Drones summons a token. Token summons Kagari. Kagari summons a copy of this. And this is a really good thing to help bait out Bystials and, well, not Bystials, but like DD Crow, which we'll be seeing play in Vanquish Soul decks. So now we're going to activate this other Hornet Drones, the same one. It's so broken. And guess what we're going to do? We're gonna go into Yummy Combo. Booyah. We just got into Yummy Combo that easy. We're going to add Cupsy, of course, and Cookie. Doesn't really matter. So in this line, like, you don't, when you summon Cupsy here, you can go for your third name, like if you value your third name. That's the only difference with the Sky Striker combo, is because you don't go into the link first. So you don't get like, I mean, well, I say it's the only difference. If you start with this, you get access to everything because of this card. But I would still prioritize going for the quick play because it's so powerful. The non-target bounce is so powerful. But I'll play it out just to show y'all. So now we're going to summon our first copy of this. Go ahead and add our minion. Place our minion. We're going to special Cupsy. By now they would have ashed, so you don't have to worry about that. And we're going to grab our Yummy Surprise. Okay, now we're going to make, keep in mind they would have nibbed us by now, but even this will be 1, 2, 3, 4. Summon number 4, we're already insulated from Nib. Like, we're so far ahead at that point, it doesn't even matter. Nib does nothing. I just want y'all to know that. If you play this deck right, it does nothing. Now we're going to summon back this. And in this case, I would probably, I would summon back this. Oops, I made a mistake. No, I didn't. I was not thinking. I should not have summoned back this. Dang it, I should not have summoned back that. That was so stupid. It was supposed to be this one. I'm sorry, guys. That's what I hate about this app, is you can't go back. I forgot about it being negated. Again, I just started playing this deck yesterday and testing it out. But anyways, you can basically do the same thing. Make your Metal Marcher. Summon back one of these guys. And then you get this. Summon this back. Now we're going to hard make our guy. And we're going to go ahead and make a proper copy of this. And the only thing different that different thing that we did here is we're going to end up with a negated copy of this on the board, which is fine. We're still going to have 3 cards in hand. And we're going to have the same combo virtually. This shouldn't have been this card. I don't know what I was thinking. Either way, I forgot it was negated. But, anyway, that's it. That's the Sky Striker combo. As you can see, it does the same thing. Okay, we're going to be going second. All we have is 1 Imperm. Playing Thunder Dragons. Huh. That's an easy Colossus, huh? Now, if they Protos call Dark, it doesn't really hurt us. But they'll probably call it Dark, yeah. I forgot what this card does. Destroy one card on the field, yeah. I think we just hold this. We just hold this. Like, I don't care about Protos if they're going to call Dark. This might be a weird match just because, I mean, we're about to get flooded. But it's whatever. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Alright, guys. Yeah, they're mega cooked. Oh, what do I want to do here? I don't want them to know I'm on that, so I'm going to go ahead and Hornet Drones. Okay. Yeah, I guess I could have Widow anchored that and like prevented that little play right there, but it doesn't really matter with this hand. I mean, it really doesn't. I'm trying to decide if I want to go into Obedient School. Well, we need to negate this anyway. We do need to negate this. Yeah, let's go ahead and negate that. Alright, so now we're going to go into Obedient School. Get a quick little OTK here. I'm not really playing around Nib. I'm not even worried about it. This is just testing. Yeah, I think we just go to battle phase. Like, we still play through Nib. Let's see. We can go 36 over this. We'll go 3K over this. Oh, I mean, dude, this is easy. Easy OTK. Oh, do they have a Bestial? They might have a Bestial. No, we just win. Easy win. But as you can see, this deck can go second so easy and just destroy boards. Dragon Tail so far hasn't been that great. Like, they have to have an extender. Okay, so they had the extender. This is their branded fusion. This card basically is branded fusion. It's like literally branded fusion. What did they change about it though? For the next turn for the rest of this turn. Okay, it locks you into fusion. You can only activate one Rahu Dragon Tail per turn. Yeah, basically it's just. Oh no, this is K9 Dragon Tail. interesting dynamic. I feel like this deck is better going second, though. I think Dragon Tail is a more blind second type deck. Okay. I feel like we should cook here. We're starting out. If they ash this, I'm not too worried about it. I guess I gotta go for Hornet Drones. Target one face up. I don't know if this is right. Did these do anything? See, I mean, I don't know what this deck does. I don't know anything about Dragon Tail. Oh, okay, so I did make a mistake. Is that all it does, though? I mean, is that it? Like, is that... If that's it, like, they're freaking mega cooked. They are mega cooked if that's it. Oh, dude, like, they are... Oh, they're so cooked. Like I said, I think Dragon Tail is better for going second. I think people will figure that out. Like, we're just going to OTK here. Unless that last card is Nib, but even if it is, I'm not even worried about Nib because I'm going to hold this. They have some kind of interaction. I don't know what it is, though. Something probably has a graveyard effect. Oh, dude, there's no way. Let me think. If I do that, then... I probably should have played around Nib a little bit better. But it doesn't really matter because I can play around it this way. We'll special summon Cupsy. Yeah, now we just cook them pretty much. What monsters have I special from hand? Cookie and I normaled Cupsy. So we have to go for this. Dude, what else do you got? Maybe this deck's better than I thought. Or at the same time, graveyard. Okay. Didn't really do anything, I don't think. Let's see. Dang, they're playing around Anima? Why are you playing around Anima? Don't do that. Play into it. I don't know if we can here. Yeah, I think we can. I think we can beat them. I may be doing something wrong. I may just not see the line. Like I said, I haven't played this deck enough. Let's see. What can I do now? Yeah. I mean, do I just clear bodies? Try to set up a board? I think that's probably our best bet here. Yeah, we'll just clear all the bodies. What is this? Turbo monsters are sent to the graveyard at the same time while those cards in your graveyard. I think we just put them on top deck, honestly. Let's just kill all their monsters and put them on top deck. Well, yeah, let's kill those. Metal Marcher. Yeah, we'll just put them on top deck. We'll have an Omni Negate. We'll force the battle phase. Yeah, I think we just win. I've never played against this deck, so and I didn't read any of that stuff pretty much just until it happened. I mean, I think you have if you're them, I think you have to go battle phase to beat that. But if you give me another turn, I don't know if that's a good idea. Do I want to try to draw a card here? Yeah, I think I do. I think I want to try to draw a card. There's really nothing else that... I can destroy a monster, though. Yeah, I think I'm going to destroy a monster. I'm going to destroy the Nib. Because I don't really care about what that's adding. It's not doing anything. Okay, so now they can't, like, they really should have beat over this and put me in that position. I can't remember how Primi is worded. But either way, this is what we'll do. We'll link, make our Book of Moon. Watch this. We're going to chain block. We're going to chain block this. These are both triggers. Primite. That's interesting to play Primite in this deck. I think they know they've lost at this point. Yeah, so now we just check everything they auto lose. I don't understand. I mean, I have to negate it. But now they get it back, so. It don't matter, though. It really don't matter. There's really nothing they can do here. Unless I'm missing something. I don't know this deck well enough, though. This is just like a good stuff pile deck, seems like. Got Promite, K9, Dracatail. What do we want to do? Yeah, this is what we gotta do. We gotta return this, and we will return Yummy Way. Alright. So now we're going to special summon cup. Yeah, okay. So then we just win. Anyway, guys, that's what the deck can do. I love it. It's crazy. I think it's definitely a way better deck than Dracatail. It's good into Vanquish Soul Canine, but I think that deck's still a little bit better. But this deck is still crazy. It's kind of like Malice and Raziel. They can both win at any given time, if you ask me. But anyways, guys, thanks for watching the video. Be sure to like and subscribe. We'll see you on the next one.